Yet she has still done everything that she possibly could to try and ruin it. These unacceptable, toxic, abusive things. You would not accept them from a friend. Right, I'm absolutely raging. I've just come back off holiday and this is what my friend has been messaging me for the past 2 to 3 days. For a bit of context, while I was on holiday, it was also my birthday. Me and my little family haven't been able to go on a break for the past 3 years. So this was a really special break away and including my birthday too. So she knows how much this means to me. Yet she has still done everything that she possibly could to try and ruin it. Since I've come back, this is what my friend has been saying to me. The first thing that she did was she tried calculating all of the Starbucks that I'd had and she tried to put that into miles that I would then have to run to burn off the Starbucks. She tried to make me feel guilty for having birthday cake on my birthday. She tried telling me that the piece of cake that I had was too big and that I shouldn't have had any, let alone the amount that I did have. She told me that the birthday cocktail that I had wasn't necessary. The things that she said to me when I've come back are really She's told me I can't eat carbohydrates. She's told me I can't have chocolate. She's told me I can't have crisps. I can't have sweets. I can't have cake. I can't have pizza. She's told me that I need to go on really, really low calories, lower calories than I usually would to make up for the high calories that I had last week. She's told me I need to be running every single day, about 6 miles a day to again make up for last week. She also tried to tell me that I should be adding in an extra workout in the evenings to try and burn off as many calories as I possibly could to make up for last week. All of these things are to make me feel really guilty and really about having a break. If you hadn't already guessed, this is a skit. The friend isn't real, but all the things that she said are very, very real thoughts that I've had in the past when I suffered from disordered eating. When I was deep in that diet culture that you shouldn't have this, you shouldn't have that. When I'd feel guilty for having a bit of chocolate cake. When I would literally beat myself up for having a break or going on a day out or having a holiday. These are very real toxic things that I used to think and do to myself. And I wanted to highlight how toxic they are, because if you heard this from a friend, you're too yet you're okay saying it to yourself. These unacceptable, toxic, abusive things. You would not accept them from a friend, so don't accept it from yourself. Just because you ate a little bit more on holiday or on a day out or on a night out does not mean that you do not deserve to eat today. Your body still needs food and it still needs nourishment. You do not need to use exercise as a form of punishment, ever. If you have nutritional and fitness goals, a holiday will not ruin anything. This abuse in your head will ruin everything. You cannot abuse yourself into change. You must love yourself into change, and that starts in your head. So if you wouldn't hear it from a friend or say it to a friend, don't say it to yourself. Let me tell you what this friend used to say to me every morning. So every morning when I woke up and I'd get ready for my day, no matter what I put on, jeans, dress, office wear, she'd tell me that I was too fat to wear it. She told me I needed to be a lot smaller before I even attempted to wear that out in public. No matter what I wore, she told me I was too fat to wear it. But then because she was telling me that I was too fat to wear these clothes, she then told me that I had to skip breakfast and that I should only have a black coffee. Even though she knows I hate black coffee and I love milk in my coffee, she then told me that I couldn't have milk in my coffee, that I should only be drinking black coffee. She told me I couldn't have carbs twice in a day, so if I wanted pasta or a jacket potato or a sandwich or something for lunch, she told me that then I couldn't have carbohydrates for dinner later either. I had to choose one or the other. I spent all day feeling really, really conscious of what I was wearing, wondering if I looked okay, wondering if I was too fat to be wearing it. She told me that I couldn't have chocolate or biscuits until weigh day. But then because she told me that I couldn't have chocolate and biscuits until weigh day then became my cheat day. So then what happened is I would eat so much food on my cheat day, she would then write it all down and add it all up, and she'd make me feel really, really guilty for about 2 to 3 days afterwards. She would then tell me that I'd have to restrict my food even more for those days to make up for those. I'd then have to run even more to make up for the food that I'd eaten on my cheat day. Because she was telling me that I couldn't have these stuff during the week and that I could have them on weigh day, I then ate lots of them on weigh day because I felt like I needed to get them in, because I knew I wouldn't be able to have them for the rest of the week. But she then was just really mean to me and would say really horrible things to me, that I was ruining everything, that I had no self-control, and that I would now have to restrict even more to make up for my behaviour on weigh day. The things that she was saying were really horrible. The impact that those words then had on my beliefs, on my behaviours and my actions then cause me to have disordered eating. And if that was a real friend saying that to me, I'd tell her to f*** off. So if you've got this far in the video, this is of course a skit. The friend does not exist. All of those things that the friend was saying were all things that I used to say to myself a long time ago when I suffered from disordered eating. They are all very real, toxic and destructive things that I used to say and do to myself, which is not okay. You would not tolerate that coming from a friend or a relative or a partner or a co-worker or whoever. So don't tolerate it from yourself. It's okay to want to better your health and your mindset and your nutrition. It's okay if fat loss is a part of those goals. But what's not okay is abusing yourself into a very toxic and disordered cycle to get yourself there. Remember, if you wouldn't say it to a friend or have a friend say it to you, don't say it to yourself.
Yeah, I can see what, she's trying to do and, the message she's trying to get across. But, for that first minute or two, I'm thinking, this is, a really horrible friend. And, I was going to start questioning, why you're friends with them, why do you talk to them, so on and so forth. But, she has a point, you shouldn't speak to yourself like you wouldn't speak to others, or you wouldn't accept others speaking to you. I see her point, and you see that she's not a fat individual by any means, nowhere near really. So it just shows that everyone has them thoughts sometimes, they just thinking bad on yourself. But everyone does. It's only natural. But, I think it's just a good thing that this friend isn't a real person, because I'd imagine that rant would have gone on for a little bit longer if it was